Becoming a knight was the dream of most young boys and during the medieval times. And besides the king, archbishop, and priests, it was probably the most honored profession. To become a knight, when a boy was 8, he would go to a neighboring castle to train to be a page, which was the first stage of knighthood. He would spend lots of his time wrestling and riding, and diligently the lord of the castle would teach him these things. Also, a tutor would teach him reading, writing, perhaps some Latin and French, and learn to speak them fluently. He would also learn to use a spear and a sword, and to use them as a knight would. The lady of the castle would teach him the rules of chivalry, so he could behave in the king's court as a young knight would. This took many years, but once finished, the young boy felt very proud of himself and of his new title as squire.
At the age of 15 or 16, a now squire would enter the service of a valiant knight. His duties were to polish the knight's armor, make sure he got every nook and cranny of it, and to serve him his own food, and to care for him on the battlefield for his every need, like a broken sword, a new lance, another horse, anything. He also was the knight's greatest fan in his tournaments, and he taught himself how to use his sword with 40 pounds of armor on himself. At the age of 20, he would prove himself worthy to become a knight by some great task of chivalry. So ended a knight's squire's service and enters a knight's service.
At the age of 20, the lord of the castle would dub the knight in the ceremony. The knight would dress in a beautiful white tunic, and the chaplain would bless the future of the knight by laying his sword on the altar. There was a big party afterwards, and all of the knight's family and friends were there. That night, the knight slept a night. This is the life of a medieval knight.
Becoming a knight in the medieval times was not a very easy task. At the age of 8, he would go to a nearby castle and learn how to become a page. The lad spent most of his time learning how to wrestle and to ride horses, and then fight with spears and swords. After that, he would practice jousting on a wooden dummy. Being a page and learning how to become a knight was not very easy.
Now we are going to talk about becoming a squire. Now, if you thought that was easy, you're wrong. Let me tell you of the many grueling tasks he had to do. Dress the knight, polish his armor, care for his horse, feed his horse, bring food to the knight as well, and also practice with 40 pounds of armor at the age of 20 to prove himself worthy. Becoming a squire was not an easy task.
After the stage of being a squire, he would have to be dubbed by the knight, which held, after that, a ceremony. First, in the night, he would put on a white linen garment with a red cloak over it. And then he would go to pray and fast and pray all night. Then the chaplain would bless the future of his sword. Before dawn, he would take a bath to show that he was pure. Outdoor, after that, they had a ceremony with the family, friends, and part of the nobility. And after that, he was a knight. And once a knight, always a knight.